Hi, welcome to Matt Holman Golf. Got a few thoughts here to help set the club a little bit more on plane, keep the arms a bit more in front of the body. This is some footage from a lesson I took at David Leadbetter Academy at Champions Gate a while ago, and we're working on that similar theme. So the right hand side is a great drill to get the feeling of the correct sort of body sequence and how the left side should slightly lower and the right side lengthens, because often when everything moves around too much in terms of the club head and the arms and everything gets a little inside too quickly, everything from face on will work slightly too level. So see, on the right hand side I've got my hands just above my knees, and what we're looking to create as I turn up is for the front hand to actually move down and the back hand to move upwards. So if you watch as I do this drill, you can see how I'm trying to make the front hand move down and the left knee works down and across. Some Ernie Els does really well, and the right side lengthen. So that's the sort of feeling in terms of the drill that I was working on. Now, the only other person I've really heard talk about this is P.G.A, and he talks about the spiral staircase. So he talks about the sequence should go from front ankle to back shin, and then from back or front shin, to back knee, and then front knee to back hip, and then back hip to back shoulder. So you can see the sequence sort of spiraling upwards there and lengthening. So this is a really simple drill to feel that sequence, because when everything works a little too level, the arms and the club always tend to move around too much. So that's something we're focusing on in terms of the body movement. I think it's just a really good drill in general, just to feel the correct sequence of the body, the correct body movement, and it's really teaching us to coil the body correctly instead of just turning, without any coil being created. So the second part was to create a little bit more resistance from the right shoulder and right chest and the back there, a little bit in the right hip, slightly more in the thoracic and the sternum. So we're just holding a little bit more. So Ernie Els used to talk about the first part of the swing, to feel resist with the upper body, slightly more arms and club head swinging feel. So this is really what we concentrate to create more of this look, where the arms are very much in the center of our body and the shaft feels a little bit more up and down on its end. In reality, I think most of these methods, when I used to take lessons with Holman, we used to work on setting the club shaft at the ball, anywhere in this sort of zone Jim McLean will talk about, and I would agree with that. So that was my feel. I think you'll see later that I didn't actually quite get there. Moving on, this was now me sort of hitting some shots in the bay. Similar theme of that slight feel from the right hand side drill, where the left side works slightly more down and in the right side lengthened, and then I was resisting a little bit more with the right shoulder and allowing the club head to swing and set a little quicker. I think you'll see me in a second then go and do the drill. So I was sort of feeling like that club head was really swinging quite quickly. If you look at this feeling, so it really felt, the club head sort of, I had something stuck on the end. I was trying to sort of flick it off. Leadbetter swing setter obviously was based on this theory. So feeling, because the club head was a little slow and moving around too much. So speed's important when we're trying to learn to swing on plane. If the club head moves too slow, it always tends to move around. So we then went outside and worked on a similar feel. So you're going to feel the club head sets relatively quickly, keeping the arms more in front of my body. So that was my feel, but in reality, everything moved around a little more than that.